Good morning, everybody, or good
Good
evening, good
morning.
afternoon.
Just, happy day.
Happy day. We are inching closer to the weekend, and it's Two Girls, One
Yeah,
Ticket, and we're so happy you're here.
slowly but surely. I know we usually do it on Wednesday. We're not, last week we did it on Friday. Now we're doing it on Thursday. I'm not consistent with my days. I'm all thrown off, but you know what? It's Friday Junior. So here we are.
We have made it. And guess who's made it back to the UK or en route? This was
Hopefully.
my favorite thing to start the day, to wake up to this.
It was actually quite comical. Literally, Daily Mail is raving about Meghan and Harry.
Obviously, I'm a big New York Post fan, but 6 years later, after they ditched their royal family, and I
Crazy it's
guess
been 6 years,
headed
by
back
the way.
6 years. I know, I literally had to think about that too. Like, it
Mhm.
seems like it's been maybe 2. But the New York Post cover today was thrown back. Harry and Meghan returning to UK after failure to take the colonies. It made me laugh.
I don't know where people come up with these writers are really incredible, especially the Daily Mail. Have you read some of their art headlines?
I have not seen.
Okay, well, let me just tell you, they write sections. So Trump always has his own section. If you're not well versed in the Daily Mail app, I'll give you a quick rundown. They give, a few headlines of major things happening. Then they go into like a Trump section. They actually made a Harry and Meghan return to UK section. Listen to this bad boy. The first few ones. End of Harry and Meghan's American dream. How US ambitions failed amid doomed Hollywood deals. And then I went into that article, just absolutely ripped them apart. And this is literally like a England or a UK company, Daily Mail.
Right.
So they're just like, nobody wants them. Here in America, how are they going to be perceived when they come back? I don't think very well. What do you think?
No, I don't. And I actually am starting to feel bad for them because they really do just get torn apart every single direction they go. And I know, again, like we've said before,
They're
is good
so
in them.
unlikable.
Right. They're so unlikable. They just don't help themselves. But again, they do try to do good, whether it's genuine or not. There's some good part of, giving back and whatever. But the whole thing is just beyond. And then to go back, that Kate and
William, just
William, yeah,
cringing.
thank you. William and Kate are like shaking their head. Like the whole royal family probably is like, what are they doing? Just like rolling back in. And they're clearly trying to establish, and I don't know exactly where they're going. I don't know if any of the articles that you read said. I'm sure they're not posting up next to William and Kate, but the kids apparently are enrolled in school and they're going to be there indefinitely.
Yeah, really quickly. The third article in the Harry and Meghan section said Sussexes. I thought they weren't called that anymore. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever.
I thought they got stripped their title, but the kids got to keep their
Is that
prince
what
and
it
princess.
is?
I don't know, but
I don't know. Well, they screwed themselves. But sex, that's a real tongue twister. I'm going to let you guys understand. You know what I'm saying. Already have a house lined up to live in, and it's not a royal residence. That's the third article down. So I'd have to read more, but it sounds like they are
such
not welcome
poppers.
back to Kate and William's house.
No, I'm sure not. I mean, maybe he can make amends with the family. I don't know, but she sure is not going to. Yeah, exactly. And then everything's like most likely selling their home in Montecito. They didn't get along with anyone there anyway. Nobody wanted them there. So why would they even try to keep it?
Question for you on that, because there's another article here that says they're not selling their house.
Ooh,
So
we're gonna have to see.
Says amid costs, they're still not selling. Or I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to unpack. We'll see what happens. They haven't even left yet.
I bet they're selling. Even if they decide to come back, I bet they settle somewhere else and try something else.
It's crazy that even the people of Hollywood, which are extremely hard to deal with in the first place, didn't even like them.
Right.
That's when you know it's bad.
Yeah, it takes one to know one as far as like being difficult and high maintenance, and that's the whole industry. And
yeah. Did you see Paramount 2 is also a side note about Hollywood, but they're trying to leave California and come to Texas,
to come here. That would be another massive thing to come down here. But I mean, it seems like things are just a mess all around in the industry out there, which is kind of what has held LA together for so long in Hollywood. So
Yeah.
it would be another
Houston
big,
really will ruin
big
everything.
industry to move down here. But that would be cool. And back to our Lakers drama, keeping it in Cali. I feel like we've got so much on the Cali deck these days, but I know you don't like the word Cali. I'm sorry,
I was trying to
California.
correct you, but I didn't want to be
Sorry.
super rude this morning.
No,
I feel like we just woke up.
You
so
can just
I didn't
cut
wanna-
me off. You can just wake up with and choose. Yeah.
Just choose violence.
Yeah, choose violence.
Lauren.
Choose putting me in my place. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
California.
California, yeah. But Jeanie Buss trying to intervene on that sale, obviously after it was announced that Josh and Iger were going to buy the Lakers. Then it was announced that the Busses were going to sell their stake in the Lakers, which I think is like about 18%, a little bit less, which they've had forever, like 47 years. And she's such a boss. And, Jerry totally made sure that she knew sports, knew teams, was like intertwined starting at 19, running different sports teams, and just has a really good reputation in that world. And it's been her life. She's managed the Lakers. She wanted to keep the controlling, interest so that she could be manager or, managing. And now, obviously, she would not be able to do that, even if she held on to some percentage of it herself. So that'll be super interesting to see how that goes down.
Was she advocating to sell? Was she trying to keep her share? What was?
Well, I think that's what is the fight, is that the other family members want to sell, but they need her vote, to actually make it go through. And I get clearly she's trying to make her stance, which I get. That's like her whole, life. They don't need the money.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like everybody in California, they all associate Lakers with the Busses. So it'll be interesting
just legends.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that'll be interesting. Obviously, I didn't agree with their whole choice bringing LeBron over, so kind of lost some interest. But we'll see what happens. Hope for the best for her. I like her.
Yeah, I agree. And when Mark Walters had purchased them, that was part of the agreement, is that she could manage through 2030 at a minimum. Okay. So she's probably in some way thinking, I'm losing my position, I'm losing my stake, I'm losing my control. She's been in sports, again, she's getting older, but she's very obviously active in it and an LA staple. So with the Lakers, I don't know. I'll be curious to see how much say she has in it. And she's probably also thinking, okay, we sell this, you're never going to get that back. You're never going to own the Lakers again. Yeah. Probably not an NBA team. You're not going to just, right, but you're not, right. You're not going to go to another market somewhere and try to invest in another team at this point. And the history and all of that. But also, even if they were like, okay, well, you can keep a percentage of she knows the value of this team is just going to go up and up and up. For them to collectively have that 17.8% stake or whatever is probably way better in her mind all around long-term financial. None, but even a smaller stake. Again, just thinking that they're, again, don't probably necessarily need the money. And if she wants to be involved, it's just, but we'll see.
We will see.
Go, Jeanie, go.
I know. I'm definitely excited to see where the Lakers go, too.
Yeah. So. And drum roll, please, for the WNBA, the most watched game ever.
Did you watch it?
For sure not, but I saw clips. Definitely not. But, everyone is all aboard for this circus.
Well, it was Caitlin Clark versus freaking Angel Reese. And now we got Sophie Cunningham. That's just as popular as the both of them now, if not more. She's, making headlines with politics and so what. But that was a good, funny game. It was just, Angel Reese, come on. Just shit the bed.
That was so funny. Then the gif of Caitlin laughing in the background after she missed her layup was hilarious.
I honestly, because I didn't watch the game either, but obviously watch all the clips and get up to speed on everything. But was she actually laughing, or was she I don't know. Maybe they
I'm
took
sure
things
she
out of
was.
context.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It was out of context. There's no way she was like. First of all, why would you laugh behind them and not in their
Yeah.
face if you wanted to actually laugh at somebody? I'm sure a teammate or somebody had said something and she just happened to turn her head and be,
Yeah.
walking by. She didn't know the camera was facing her when she turned her head and Angel was right in front of her. I don't think it was at her, but the way that they
Perfect.
did frame it was just
Just
hilarious.
prime
And then,
time.
yeah, exactly. And then especially after showing the missed layup and then, which was such a terrible shot. And then.
I don't think I've seen that girl make a layup. I mean, that was a great rebound and just freaking hit the rim and just bounce. I was just like, oh God, girl, you could have had that. That you could have been a clutch player, but no, you're not. You
but
just suck.
I mean, there's just more and more packed into all the layers. And then the other day, I saw that of all things, they're in the WNBA, like the league in general, is like in another legal battle because the Cubs and the Washington Nationals are in opposition of them trademarking the W, which is what they want to have like for the league. And obviously the Cubs have used the flag when they win with the W on it since literally like the 30s. And then the Nationals have used the W, for Washington ever since they moved down from Montreal. And then even before that, the Senators used that as their logo before they moved to Texas and became the Rangers. But just so crazy that like another thing that they're like wrapped into, which again, how are we have two very well established, baseball teams around forever that use the W and they all look totally different, but they do not want the WNBA being trademarked as the W.
It's literally the stupidest argument I've ever seen. W is a win. L is a loss. Every team in the freaking world uses, they got a W. Okay, are we going to trademark that? Like, they're sending like cease and assist to these people, lawsuits. Like, this is crazy. I think it's just a waste of time. And I don't know why WNBA wants the W.
That's what I don't understand either.
It's just like there's other women's sports too. Are we taking away from, that to like, they're the only ones that can use it? That's an absurd statement. So I just think the thing is all the WNBA is a freaking clown show, like just continues to be a joke. So that just adds to it.
Yeah, for sure. Just one more thing, but I just laugh that all these little things keep.
They're completely different too. All the W's. I'm like,
they're completely different. The script, the font, like no one's going to be like, oh, that the Washington Nationals, and I'm getting really confused with the W for the WNBA
or the W
the
because
win flag
the
or whatever
that,
for the yeah, exactly. I mean, just so silly. But fight your battles. Let's see who comes out. And they're like, everyone's working really hard to try to figure this out. I'm like, okay, what's the question?
Please, have more time on your hands. Jesus.
Unbelievable. And speaking of time on their hands, Kim Kardashian and a little baseball, she is starting producing a new reality show. Did you see that?
I just actually, I don't know why, but I was looking it up today, or I was reading through this today, and then I came on.
It's probably going to be in your Daily Mail. Yeah, exactly.
It did come up, and I was like, okay, this is going to be better than Dance Moms. Not saying I watch Dance Moms, but I mean,
I totally agree.
Boy moms versus girl moms. I feel like boy moms are on another level, in terms of just like
the competitiveness and the drama. Yeah, I think that the concept and also translatable to other sports, but for some reason, I really do think it is like the baseball moms are like next level, like different than golf, tennis, even football. Like it is so bizarre and like such a culture of its own. And, they go, I think start probably just because they start so young and all the kids go through. And then it's like really like cutthroat and competitive going to, the select teams. And as you get older and whatever, you're trying to break into high school and, college and whatever. But I think the premise is so good. So it's Teen Moms Baseball. It's going to be on Paramount coming in September. I literally am like curious. Again, I don't usually watch shows like this, but I think, again, it's just another genius thing for her on the sports side, something that every single baseball mom, whether you are, again, T-ball all the way through whatever level, you're going to be curious about that. They're all going to watch,
Yeah.
And
no,
yeah,
especially it being in Scottsdale as well. I mean, that's
right.
just the epicenter of baseball, right? You've got all your training, a lot of training games or whatever.
Yeah,
go there
a lot
and-
of spring training games there, and just so it'll follow 7 families, and the sons are all training at it's called Legendary Prep Academy, which I have no familiarity with, but I'm sure, like you said, it's a baseball, powerhouse for young kids in Scottsdale, and
Mhm.
obviously they're chasing their dreams, their journey, but it's more about the drama between the parents and the stands and the competitiveness during these games.
Yeah. I mean, I'd actually watch that show again because Kim Kardashian, give her credit, she knows reality TV, right?
She
So
knows it,
she's
yeah.
gonna make this shit good. I flash back to growing up. My brother was not obviously, but he was in travel baseball, so we went everywhere, like Vegas. What's the one where they all go?
Oh, like the Little League World Series or
Yeah, like all that. But what's the one?
in New York or where?
I'm trying to remember. It's like what everybody talks. Shit. Like it's like a city that everybody goes to play. Do you know what I'm
Omaha.
talking about? That, but okay. Well, anyway, my brother hit a home run there. That's what I'm trying to.
Nice. Cooperstown?
Cooperstown.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
New York.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You did. Okay, you did say New York. Yeah, my brother grew up playing travel baseball. I hit, I think 2 home runs in Cooperstown growing up. So I watched my mom. I mean, she definitely could have been in the show if she was still alive. My brother was way younger, but
and like, no offense, but they all kind of like look the same and dress the same. I'm not putting your mom in this category,
no,
but
I think she would have been.
Like, it's just unbelievable to me. And like the beads and it doesn't matter like what level of status you are or whatever. It's all the same. And it's like the t-shirts and everyone's overly tan and the sunglasses and the jean shorts and like it's all about
they
the
all
kids
have Chardonnay and their little Yetis.
100%. Yeah.
Yep.
So she knows how to strike an audience, and this I think is going to get.
That's a great idea.
Oh, there we go. Strike an audience.
Get it? Look at you. You're so funny.
No, I didn't even. But truly, I do think that is another thing that she will succeed at, and again, probably translatable to other sports. But
yeah, I mean
that'll be interesting. Back to NBA, WNBA, something else, of course, always something. But Becky Hammon, the Aces head coach, getting ejected in the second quarter, like back-to-back technicals. She jumped up and was like, again, stomping and like, it's just so crazy to me to just see, like, it's just such a difference of watching their etiquette, coaching styles, obviously the players' styles versus the NBA. And NBA gets heated too, and we see coaches yelling us. Again, that's like my favorite part, whether it's in college, NBA, whatever. But something about her going off or popping off, like.
Well, I was reading because obviously I saw it, and then everybody was high-fiving her.
I don't even know what actually like started it, but it was.
I think the WNBA refs are a joke as well. So
right.
I think the calls were horrific, which they could do consistently. So I'm not shocked by that by any means. But so she was obviously standing up for her players. She played WNBA. She played in San Antonio, and then I think she was like an assistant to Popovich down in San Antonio for NBA. So everybody in the comments was like, "Oh, she learned it from Pop," like she's just causing a scene just like him. Learned from the best, blah blah blah. So,
how funny!
Yeah, it was. She has some passion there, but
very passionate. She stormed off, but yeah, I know as she was walking through the tunnel, everyone was like trying to give her high fives. I guess they supported it, but
yeah.
In another wedding on the books, Karl-Anthony Towns and Jordyn Woods got married in Malibu. Did you see some of those pictures?
I did. It was just boring. I was like,
I thought the same thing.
Wedding.
I was like, right, but also like there wasn't much to it, or maybe
weddings.
they just didn't. Yeah. But it was funny to see a little Timmy and Kylie and Ben Stiller and some of the, OG Knicks fans there to support Justin and Hailey Bieber, just everyone you'd expect for a Malibu wedding for those
LA.
two. Yeah.
Wow.
But it was actually kind of a cute story. I don't know anything about it. Obviously, Jordyn had her time, with the Kardashians, and right, she was close with all them, and then
Was she? I was like,
Yeah.
who is this girl? I don't know much about her. I
She was
literally Googled her this morning to look at it, and she said that she had some connection with like Will Smith too, and I really lost a lot of interest. I hate that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know much about her, but I always was just curious how they met. And then she obviously had her whole thing about her lucky bag at all the Knicks games and that whole thing. But apparently they met in LA and they had been friends for a little while before they started dating. And her dad had died when she was
Hmm.
19. And then during COVID, Karl-Anthony Towns' mom got sick and passed away. And
Oh
so she
no.
felt like, I know, so she felt like she could be there for him and like support him having gone through that herself. And, just be there in a different way. And then they got engaged on Christmas of last year.
Aw.
And then I guess the special place for them is Malibu just to go relax and unwind. And so they wanted to just get married in Malibu and have, family and friends and host in one of their favorite places. So nice story. I obviously like him. Go Knicks. But yeah, they're happy. Great. But
Good
you're
for
right. Just
them.
another Malibu wedding. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on Malibu versus Montecito?
To be honest, I haven't spent a lot of time in Santa Barbara, Montecito. I haven't spent much time in Montecito. I've spent some time in Santa Barbara when I was at USC. We'd go up and hang out in Isla Vista, obviously, had to party it up elsewhere. Um, but I love Malibu. I think Malibu is great. I used to, live right in Santa Monica, drop down to Malibu every weekend. My best guy friend's from Malibu, so we'd hang out at his house on the beach. Little beach house was a vibe, my favorite Soho house. Then they let everybody in and it went to shit. You had to make reservations. But I mean, I choose Malibu over Montecito every day. I also
You
feel like
would?
it's like closer to, yeah,
LA.
closer
Yeah.
to kind of a lot more going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in Montecito other than floods. A lot of flooding up there. But no, I'm sure both are unique in its own way.
Yeah, but
The
Malibu has the mudslides and all that stuff too, right? They have their
fires.
fires, yeah, could get burned down. The Pacific
Yeah.
Palisades reopening of that area looked
Yeah.
amazing.
It looked like it was coming. Alicia, who we were with on Saturday, she it opens all the Page stores, and she
Mhm.
was up there this past week. She had just gotten back, and she was saying that they were walking, like, to even be on property you had to have a wristband, because they were reopening like the Page store. That was like the OG
Yeah.
store. That's where she's from, and all of that. So I did see they reopened, I think, Caruso, and they like repaved the streets like perfectly for it. So everything
And the
else is kind of burned
architecture of
around
I
it.
mean, that's right, but
Yeah.
it's, obviously he's behind it, and I love him. I saw him here a couple months ago, and
Oh,
I was
really?
having lunch at Clark's, and these, like, black Suburbans pulled up, and these guys got out, and you never see anybody in suits around here, like, ever,
Yeah.
like, it looks weird.
It's too hot.
And it obviously wasn't like a, celebrity or anyone, but everyone was like staring because it's like this group of like, good looking, very well dressed guys.
Yeah.
And then they kind of took a lap around Clark's and, um, that block and then went back, kind of crossed over to go over to, Howard's area and over by Six and Blanco. And, anyways, like caught my eye, like obviously, like, I think Rick Caruso is so good looking, like a fine wine. Like, I love that guy as far as, like, his look. And, just so well, whatever. But I didn't recognize him. And then, I guess he had gone over to Lambert's, and then the next day he had posted something about being in Austin, and
Oh,
I'm sure he
really?
was, like, just checking out some of the MML, spaces and properties and whatever. But it's 'cause so random. I don't know what he was doing here. But that Rosewood Miramar property in
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Montecito is one of my absolute favorite. Like, you and Adam need to put it on your list, but have driven before from LA up to there. Obviously, you drive
Mhm.
through Malibu. Like we said, I'm just not like the biggest California West Coast person in general, but I love that property and
Yeah.
that area. To me, it just feels like it's so far and so different than LA and Malibu and like all of that. But what he's done over there, but I saw an interview with him about buying the Miramar property,
Mhm.
and he was like, the biggest challenge I had and what a lot of people were skeptical about is that the train runs through it. Okay, well, when I've been there, like that's my favorite part is like when the train goes through. It's just so cool. You know, it's like the beach on one side, the hotel's on the other side. There's the bar, you know, Caruso's, the, you know, little bungalows down below. And then the pool's right there and like the little train shot. It's like I absolutely love it. It was like my favorite part. So then in this interview, he was like, now after it's up and going and, you know, established, and obviously again, he's just got such great aesthetic design, everything, which is what the Pacific Palisades kind of like resembled to me. He was like, the number one requested thing at the hotel is, when is the train going through? How crazy is that?
Wow.
He's my guy. He knows he knows the trains. He has the appreciation for him. He spotted it. He identified it. So yeah. So that
I gotta send this to Meghan. I'm friends with his daughter-in-law.
Really?
So I'm gonna be like, do you have a crush on your father-in-law?
Yeah, exactly. And then so funny. So I had this condo listed downtown here for a while, and we had some challenge and obstacles. Amazing unit, beautiful. Was more west facing than the traditional downtown, you know, lake view, but you could still see some. So this guy came to see it, and I was giving him the tour, and he was asking about the train, which is so funny because to me, you don't think of like the train being the biggest thing downtown, but it's such a big thing. People are fixated on it, and you know, being closer to Seahome or over there, like you do hear it, but really not over, you know, in this, you know, more 5th, 6th Street area. And anyway, so he pointed it out, and he said to his daughter, this reminds me of Miramar in Montecito. He's like, I like the train. He's like, so many people, train noise bothers them, city noise bothers them. He's like, we had a place in Chicago, we've lived in cities, whatever. He's like, I kind of like it. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, that's my favorite thing about Miramar is the train. So I was like, this is my guy. He is going to buy this unit. And sure enough, he's the one, he bought the unit. And I'm like, as many times as I've showed this, when this guy was understanding of the train and made that connection for the Rosewood, I'm like, this is it. He gets it. And he got it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think a little bit differently. So I grew up in San Clemente. Literally, the train goes right through San Clemente on the water. If you ever see like a picture of on the water, and like sometimes Cotton's, the beach, like it'll the waves will knock on the rail or the tracks, and then they've got to redo it and everything. But anyway, so I grew up right there. There's no like air conditioning in a lot of the houses where I'm from, especially mine. So every summer, you know, all the windows are open. All the windows are open like winter, and just regardless, they're always open. But growing up, I had all my windows open, and I would just be woken up abruptly every single night because the big freight trains would go through and their horns just rattled our house. So then they eventually put in these kind of ghost horns, which you can only hear if you're on the beach, where the houses kind of go up. But I have like a different perspective on it because I was brutally woken up by those freaking freight trains
you could
every single goddamn night. They shook my house. Yeah, we're right because it's like on a hill, so we're right
but
at
the
the top
ghost
of the
horns
hill.
you couldn't hear.
The ghost horns you have to be like on the beach.
Yeah,
and they put those in, I think, by the time I had moved out, like, or left for college or something.
Mm-hmm.
They've been there for a while, but it's just like, so now the trains aren't allowed to honk their horn when they go through. I'm sure maybe they have that rule up there, but specifically during like the section during San Clemente and Orange County, they cannot honk their horns. Instead, those like ghost horns go off like on the sand. So it's
that is so interesting. Look at us with our train knowledge.
Yeah.
That is,
because I had to deal with it, but
right. And
I like your perspective on it. Mine's just a little bit more skeptical.
But you're right, though. The freight trains are the ones that make the noise. So this particular turn in downtown Austin is the sharpest turn in a residential area in the country on the railway system. And so the one by Seahome, yeah. And so
did you remember when it fell off the tracks or whatever?
Completely
and everybody
tipped
was
over?
Like taking pictures.
Yes, I literally can't believe that happened. I don't even know how it flipped, but obviously the planning for Austin and way back in the day was not to have such, you know, built up residentially in that area. So they've tried to like remediate that turn and try to soften the noise because it does like shrill, like a shriek when the freight trains come. But the passenger trains are much less. But I do think that there's something. I think the freight trains have to blow their horn, and I think the passenger trains. I don't know what the deal is, but
we got conductor Lauren over there.
I know, right? But the shrieking on the train, the track on that turn, really is only when it's the freight trains because they're so heavy. So that's probably what was your
Oh.
problem. And
Yeah,
that's
I
probably why they
guess.
flipped over on that turn
Damn.
here.
Yeah, I saw, and everybody who lived facing west was
Yeah.
like from my apartment,
It
zooming
took them a
into.
while to clean it up.
It took like a day or 2 days, or I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel like, and that stops all operations for
Right,
a
there's no
lot of
getting
stuff.
through. It's one way in, one way out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
So,
there's the
well,
train knowledge. But love Rick
there you go.
Caruso and do think they're doing a good job. And I was just curious what your thoughts were on I also feel like
You
the
know,
landscape is so much different. Obviously, the architecture, the houses,
yeah,
the lot sizes, just I really like that Montecito, Santa Barbara area.
yeah.
Malibu's
I
so
think,
sweet to me, but I get it to your point, you're closer to a lot more in Malibu.
yeah, and you're
And there's
closer to
much
my hometown, so that's
yeah.
why I choose. Your Southern California is, yeah, Santa Barbara. I'm like, is that considered like Central California? Yeah, it's still like SoCal, but
I know,
I
but
don't
it
know.
feels more
It's
like
interesting.
northern, even though it's
Yeah,
just right there. Yeah.
exactly. It's like right before you hit like all the farms. And
Right.
yeah, my brother's actually driving. He's moving back down to Newport Beach right now. He's driving a
Oh,
U-Haul
wow.
from San Francisco, and
Look at
he's going
him
to be going
go.
through I'm like, be careful because there's a lot of hills and stuff. So
Right.
he'll be driving through
He
there in
could
no
stop
time.
at, in Oxnard for Cowboys training camp, see some brawls, America's team.
Wow. Yeah, shit. Did you see all those?
I was watching, and the funniest part was, like, obviously, when you're in a game and the refs try to get all involved, nobody was, like, trying to break it up. Like,
No,
the
they were just
Saints
like,
and the Cowboys were just
have
going
at
at it. Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Well,
and
what
they
did they
really were
expect to
getting into it.
happen?
I mean, I don't know, but,
Two South teams. I mean, would you consider Cowboys South? I don't know. I consider kind of Texas the South, but they just like, there's a lot of competition there. Come on,
yeah.
guys. What do you
And
expect?
I think they play each other in, like, 2 weeks, I think, for a preseason game. So,
Mm.
I think the Saints must be playing or are the Rams or the Chargers in a preseason game, and that's why they're out there. Because it was like, why are the Saints doing? And I know they have mixed, team
Yeah.
practices or whatever, but it was kind of funny. But have to laugh at America's team. Jer has a place in Santa Barbara. He fits in perfectly out there. I saw him out representing the Santa Barbara polo
Ooh.
team and getting involved in his community. Good work,
You think
Jerry.
he became besties with Meghan and Harry?
He probably told
He's
him to
probably
leave.
like, fuck now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh my goodness. And what else? We have got the US Open coming up. Cannot wait. One of my favorite tennis tournaments.
I am obsessed with New York. It makes it its personality. I feel
Mhm.
like Wimbledon, like, it's got, like tradition, everything around it. What's the other one? Has got the clay courts. I'm blanking. I'm
French
having
Open,
a
yeah.
blank. Yeah, a
Yeah.
blank day today. Jesus, I don't know what's wrong with my brain. It's clearly haven't had enough coffee. And then the New York one, just like, it's all about like New York and like the plaza and like, yeah. Anyway, I
And
love
the
it.
energy and the night
Yeah.
matches and like everyone just loves it. And I obviously just like everything else, tickets are going up and everyone's complaining that like the get-in ticket has like gone up, so much more than last year and all of that. But I mean, just absolute ideal spot for everyone and every influencer to show up. So just supply and demand. But I agree with you. The hotels all just do like the coolest things, the brand activations, the everything that just goes around is just so fun. But I saw the plaza, which always has, their red carpet going into the
Mm-hmm.
hotel, turned it into a green Lacoste rug. And then they had all
Love.
these like old wooden rackets and like white Lacoste tennis balls and just such a cool um, aesthetic, as you said, as you
I like
say,
had
too.
a dream about Lacoste last. I was
Did
so
you?
I don't know why, but I was in a store shopping, which I hate shopping and I hate going to stores. So I don't know if this was a
The
nightmare.
problem is when you go to the store, there's nothing in them. That's what
Yeah,
drives me
you
so
have to
mad. I'm
order
like,
online.
I'm here because I want to buy what I'm looking for and take it home with me now. It drives me nuts when you're like, oh, I'm looking for whatever. And they're like,
This
oh,
that
we
I
don't
saw
have it.
online.
Right. But
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we can order it. I'm like, I can order it too. But I wanted to
I
come
wanted to
here
try it
and get it
on.
too. Yeah.
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 See if I liked it. No, it's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I clearly, I don't know what I was dreaming about, but I found this like Lacoste like shirt or dress with, and then it had like a little sweater that could hang over your shoulders. Don't ask me what I was dreaming about last night.
That is so funny. You're
But I
just your
literally
preppy.
had that.
Yeah, that's so funny. Well, you
I
should
was
roll up to the
manifesting my outfit.
exactly, exactly. And Lacoste, I feel like is kind of like up and down, but for whatever reason, their events and their parties and themes, and obviously Djokovic is a Lacoste athlete, and the parties they put on for him, they do such a good job with all of their branding and look.
Well, they've been around for a while. I feel like it's like the same
around
thing
forever.
with Wilson.
But I just feel like you hear more of that.
They've just got like a kind of a legacy, I guess. I don't know.
I do love the look. And speaking of Djokovic, he has his Wolf of Winter documentary coming out on Prime today. It kind of follows him through Serbia and upbringing, and then how he managed to get to where he is, winning 24 major championships. But obviously one of the bigger Lacoste athletes. So it could be kind of interesting to watch. Wolf of Winter. Exactly.
That reminds me of Wolf of Wall Street. I'm like Jordyn Belfort.
Well, and also
what?
Wolf of Winter, I guess Serbia, but like that has nothing to do with tennis in my mind.
Wolf of Winter. A little play on words here. Are we gonna get, a little trademark issue with Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh yeah, I know, right? Just throw that hat in the ring with all these lawsuits. And the other hotel that I saw, the Waldorf. They're turning their ballroom into a tennis court. That looks so cool, like under the chandeliers and stuff.
I know. I was thinking, like, they're literally playing tennis under chandeliers. Like, are they gonna hit these chandeliers? Like, it's crazy. It's so cool. It's such a cool aesthetic.
It really is. And so Tommy Paul, Ben Shelton, Leila Fernandez, and there's one other girl that's playing, going to do a little exhibition in there, but just so cool. Just that, again, that you go to these old, historic, iconic New York hotels, and everyone is just, the whole city is just invested
I'm sure Paige Paula is going to be debuting some beautiful outfits.
I'm sure she will. But that's coming up. I can't believe it. Fan Week starts on the 23rd in qualifying. So we'll have some good tennis to watch coming up. And then before all that, Federer is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Absolutely iconic. I can't wait to hear his speech. I can't wait to see who presents him his, where does his Hall of Fame induction, but that's in 10 days, I think. So that'll be so fun to see.
Exciting stuff.
Another fine wine. I love that guy.
Rick Caruso and Federer.
Rick Caruso and Federer. Oh my God.
Jason's got some competition.
Yeah, competition. What? LeBron's YouTube channel. Like, I actually think that this might be more interesting than him on any basketball court possible. Not saying I'm going to be tuning into his YouTube channel, but I feel like having him out of the basketball light and kind of shifting it to golf and having him play with, obviously interesting people and athletes, celebrities, and then golfing at some of the, world's greatest courses, following him to local restaurants, like more travel, just a little more culture, kind of could be a little bit interesting. I bet he will have a massive following for that. And just the amount of people that are getting into golf and wanting to, and follow LeBron in general.
Him and Bryson and their freaking YouTube channels.
And did you see his new, I guess they're claiming it's his new girlfriend?
No.
Okay, not
Is she horrific?
Yes. And it's like, I
gotta look this up.
I so would not. Okay. I don't know how better to say this other than the fact that, you wouldn't want to see him date this girl. You would think he's better than that. But then you see the girl and you're like, this is Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, wait, Bryce.
And
yeah, I thought you were talking about LeBron. I was like, I think
no, Bryson. No. Bryson. This
tits
him.
are huge.
And she's thick. And, that's fine. And, she's got a good body. But, she is all around, exactly what he would date. And again, like I said, as much as I wouldn't want him to be dating that sums him up. And she's, I think, a YouTuber too. I think she was I don't know what, either the daughter of, what was it? Are you looking her up? Is she a daughter of
she was a former hockey player.
Hockey player. Okay.
Meet Canadian model and former hockey player.
Yeah.
So she's
Okay. So she
athletic,
was.
so she's got something. Yeah.
No, you can tell. Like her physique is fit. She's just like strong and thick and like, yeah, her
boobs
implants and
are
everything are
out.
just
Are
like
they
beyond.
implants? Oh boy.
Yeah, they have to be. You think those are real?
I'm trying to find a good picture where I can
Brogan.
see that. Oh boy.
There's no way.
Boy.
But how did you play hockey with those?
They're so, oh my gosh, they're so big.
Oh my gosh, I
They're
know. But
literally
does it
so
not
big.
sum him up? Does it not sum him up? Like it's literally Bryson and who
He's just a cheese ball.
Yeah.
Oh my
So-
God, Lauren, look at this.
No, trust me. Yeah. I literally couldn't believe my eyes when they were like showing all like, oh, this is Bryson's girl officially
Does she know
together.
that the swimsuit goes over her boobs and not like
It
on top of them?
can't. She's gonna have to get custom. Like
Oh boy.
it's gonna add some viewers to his channel.
I mean, have you seen that turned up Tony or something? I don't know. Some freaking weirdo influencer. Have you ever seen that guy?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, you have to look him up, but he always has these girls like in masks. So you never see their face, but they've got like big boobs and, skinny and big butts and in bathing suits. And he's like hitting golf balls off their head and stuff like that. I feel like that's what Bryson's going to start doing.
Yeah, it's gonna be next up. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but for somebody that has never, yes, you do. For someone that has really remained very low key on the dating scene and no one knows like if he's dating anyone or not, and like it's never really brought anyone around. And then you show up with this girl. I'm like,
his golf game isn't doing so great, so he's got to, make headlines somewhere else.
well, he's making them, yeah. But anyway.
Damn.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That girl is something special.
Everyone look her up. Yeah. We are getting closer and closer to football. And can I just say, I do not like preseason. It's like,
why?
Because I feel like it's the biggest teaser ever. I feel like it's like we're so excited that football season's here, but like it's not here. And everyone's like, oh, well, it doesn't count. Or like their quarterback's not playing, so it doesn't count. Or there's, only trying to, and I get they're trying to cut down their roster and see who's going to play. And obviously they have to practice and run the routes, whatever. But like 1 or 2 preseason games to me would be fine. Go practice and go do your, whatever mixed team practices. I just feel like all these preseason games, just like, I just want to see the real wins and losses and like really cut to the chase, like actual when it counts.
I don't know. I think it definitely, there's just so much talk before the season even starts, oh, that team's stacked. They're going to play so well. And it's always the good teams playing the not so great teams either. So sometimes there's like some upsets and it gets really people talking about it, people excited. And I don't know. I feel like it just like gets the energy going, gets everybody.
Yeah, but then they don't play their people. Like they don't play like the best people. Some teams do.
They get injured in preseason.
Some people do. Exactly. But then I get it. But it also does wear them down for their, actual season games. But to me, like we say, there are winners and there are losers. So whether it's a preseason game or an actual game, you either win or you lose. So I'm sorry if you didn't play all your people, you lost.
You still lost.
You still lost.
And that's
that is an L for those counting.
And
then again, then whenever, oh, well, it doesn't count. Well, it does. But it doesn't. But
yeah.
anyways.
Well, I mean, just you could skip it altogether. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
I would say it used to be more. I think there used to be 4, and then they cut it down to, or I know there used to be 4, and they used to cut it down to 3, which is better, more manageable. But
more manageable. Okay. Well, we don't want to upset you.
And the AP polls came out for college, and I was a little surprised that Texas was at 5.
I know Adam is every video I get sent from him on Instagram is literally how great Texas is. It's about Vince Young. And, he's so much better than USC. I'm still reliving that. And I'm like, okay, dude, it's been like over 20 years. I think we can get over it. But.
Right. Let's see. Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame, Texas, Indiana, and Miami. Good stack. And I guess it makes sense. Like last year, they won, and then they had all the heat on them and lost.
It was a lot of pressure.
So it's probably better for them to be a little bit
Arch
lower.
couldn't
but
handle the heat. but I feel like
My
he's
baby
mentally in a better
boy.
place, hopefully.
Yes, yes.
Mentally and physically, it sounds like from what you said last week.
He is looking good. Yes, yes. So I started Sterling Point, but I only watched one episode. So
I've
I
only
can't
watched
give
one
you a
episode
full.
too. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. Just like it hasn't happened yet.
Same, but I did watch the first one. I was it's not something that I was like automatic no to.
But I wasn't
So
like super excited about it.
no,
You know
it
what
was
I've
a
been
little slow
rewatching?
for what?
Yeah. Did you ever watch Orange is the New Black?
No,
Okay, well, it's about all the girls in prison.
right?
Adam's like, turn that lesbian stuff off. Like,
Got it.
and it's
But
really funny.
it's real or it's like
It
made
won
up.
so many awards. It's
I
made
remember it
up.
was super popular. Yeah. Okay.
Super popular. I feel like all the characters are super unique. They all kind of go through their past. Again, it's a made up television show, but it won just so many different awards. And I've been really, because I work at home, so I like want to hear something in the background. That's
Yeah.
something I don't need to actually focus on. I don't know. But the
Yeah.
Sterling Point one is just, I need to.
I'll give it another one or
I need
two.
to give it, yeah.
The other one that I am just getting around to is Dutton Ranch.
Oh, yes.
And I watched 2 and I just can't. Like it's so slow for me. And I know that Yellowstone was a little bit slow, but you had Kevin Costner. And again, another fine wine. He would keep my attention.
Freaking lineup you've got going.
Yeah. But I don't think I can keep going with Dutton Ranch. It's a little slow.
I haven't even really considered that one. I don't know. I feel like the Yellowstone ones are all kind of played out.
It's kind of the same.
Give him credit. He's
over
great,
and over. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Same kind of premise but I don't know. I need to find Adam's trying to make us watch this like show called Furious. Did you ever watch it? It came out on Hulu and now he's watching it on Disney Plus. It's about like this girl who's a murderer, made up again. She kills all these like rich dudes. I got through like do you want to die, baby?
Yeah.
But it's quite. I got through 3 episodes and I got bored. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I know it's tricky. I'm still waiting for a good. Yeah. I need a good book or a good show. But
the 2020s, Adam and I love. He cooks dinner. We turn on a 2020 every single once a week, and it's just absolutely fantastic. But they like go in waves. I'm sure. Have you been watching this? I was gonna say they're probably gonna make one about the Lindsay Clancy trial. Have you been watching that at all? No, it's crazy story. And I was talking to Adam about it. It's just like, have you followed it or know anything about it?
No, not really.
Okay. So, I mean, 3 years ago, this happened. This woman, she had 3 kids. I think the youngest was like 6 months. Callan, I want to say his name. Anyway, she is on trial right now. Her defense attorney is claiming that she was in a mental like psychosis, but essentially she killed all of her kids. She strangled them with workout bands. And then she proceeded to jump off of their 2nd-story balcony while the husband went to go get dinner. When he arrived back, she was still breathing or still alive, called 911, was yelling, "Where are the kids?" She said, I think at the basement, or don't quote me on any of this. It's just what I kind of know about it. He ran down. They're all, kind of obviously.
Oh my
deceased,
gosh,
which
that
is very,
is
very
literally
sad.
It's
sad. Very sickening.
Yeah.
And she survives. She is now paralyzed. Girl, she is literally paralyzed from the waist down. So she's in a wheelchair, standing trial. The husband is now her ex-husband. His parents, he's remarried now. This was 3 years ago, which people are like, oh my God, he did it. Like, how could he already be remarried after this whole fiasco? But anyway, his parents stood trial, I think yesterday. And they were just saying, like, they stood up for Lindsay and said she was a great mom. She tried to get help and she didn't get it. The doctors put her on all this medication. So she was in this psychosis. So I don't know. I think the jury's whatever they're doing.
That is a tricky one because that is a real thing, but I also feel like people try to claim that to get out of crimes in general.
Right.
Just like the healthcare guy and all that. But I also think that jumping off the balcony on your own accord could be one thing. Like, okay, maybe all this medicine caused you to have a chemical imbalance and you're,
She tried to kill
suicide.
herself, but
You're
it didn't work.
suicidal. Right. Like, I get that. But to kill your 3 kids first and then do it, no chance. Like,
that's what I thought.
yeah.
I was just like, so I haven't been watching all of it. Again, that's why I get excited for my 2020s because they kind of wrap it up really quickly in 1-hour series where this trial has been going on for weeks. And I tried to watch it live yesterday and Adam's like, turn it off. It's so boring. Like it's just like the same questions. They ask it 3 different times in this 3 different ways and it just gets a little redundant. So I'm ready for 2020 to come out.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're going to, find her if she's guilty or if she's not guilty. It's such a hard, like the mental capacity. No one's ever in that person's brain.
Right.
So it's just so hard to tell. So I don't know. I'm at the edge of my seat for it. But
Wow.
anyway, so there's a quick
Yeah.
synopsis. Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
see what
Well, you have to
happens.
keep us posted along the way.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We'll enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will be back.
Fabulous. Have a fabulous Friday, a thirsty Thursday, a wine Wednesday, a tequila Tuesday, and a margarita Monday.
Oh, there you go. And enjoy those preseason games. I liked it. All right, everyone. Adios.
Ta-ta. Ciao.
Ciao.
Hasta luego.